Hi, my name is José Pereira. Welcome to Studio CG Demo. It's all about helping you to be more productive in your live broadcasts. During this session, I will explain to you how Double Vision solutions can improve your channel. We will talk about playing out graphics and video, how to use MEM system, and I will also explain how journalists can produce their rundowns, and finally how to burn graphics in your non-linear editing stations. This is Studio CG V5. Studio CG is a both graphics controller application as well as a video player controller, allowing you to produce a live program from a single application with an integrated front end. Studio CG can control all the major graphics vendors in the market, including VizRT, Render Engine, Avid's Maestro, and ROS Expression, and Double Vision own R3 Space Engine. This demo is running with the R3 Space Engine, but the UI and the functionality of the application is unchanged regardless of which underlying engine you choose to control. Studio CG also controls some of the most important video servers in the market and likewise also works with Double Vision's own media playout server. This demo is running in this configuration. When used together, R3 Space Engine and Media Playout Server have an option to composite both video and graphics and produce a single output containing both video and graphics, as well as any live sources that may be used during the broadcast. However, if you want more fine-grained control, you can output fill and key graphics independently and have a third independent video output and then mix these signals in an external production switcher. Studio CG can also control this switcher for live source selection. Okay, let's take a look at the interface. We are looking at Studio CG loaded with a demo show. On the left side of the screen, we have the show's rundown. Line items can be video clips, graphics, or actions, like actions to control video or audio mixers. You can have a mix of video and graphics or use Studio for just one of the workflows according to your needs. Graphics are decorated by the orange color on the left, and video clips have this light blue color. Each line in the rundown refers to an individual graphic or video you want to bring on air. Studio CG, one operator can control multiple outputs. As you see, I can fire a graphic to the main output and another one to the video wall. I can add a graphic to the rundown simply by dragging the graphic template anywhere in the rundown. If the graphic doesn't have the default output, the operator chooses the correct one. Otherwise, no action is needed. Before the graphic goes on air, operators can preview inside the application the output based on a preview frame generated by the preview engine. I can select another graphic and have the preview from the graphic, like this. But it can also send the same preview image to the director through another signal shown in the mixer. After the director's approval, with one simple click, we can send the graphic directly from preview to program. On the right side, there is the graphic template manager that represents all the graphics imported to the current show format. So this can be reused daily and represents all the show look. Your output signal can have multiple screen areas, so you can have multiple graphics on air. Easily, you can configure once for each area your graphic belongs. Just with a simple visual configuration, you can define the coexistence of multiple graphics on air. Double Vision creates a mechanism called Intelliflow to manage on-air graphics. First, we can fire a graphic and then the live graphic. Because they are in different screen areas, they will be at the same time on air. Now, if I fire the over-the-shoulder graphic, this one is in a different screen area but is over the live area, so live will be automatically removed. But in this configuration, I can permit both areas to be on air at the same time with a simple drag. I came here to the region manager and I just need to move the live. Let me remove all graphics from on air with just one click. Now I will repeat the process, fire lead, then the over the shoulders, and then the live. And the three graphics are on air. Intelliflow has much more default behaviors. But if the designer creates some change animation, you can switch your data without removing the graphic from on air. I will fire the lowest third. Like we can see, playing two lowest thirds, creating animation with specific names, no configuration will be needed. When importing new graphics to your project, and Intelliflow will know how to manage that. On the right side, there is also a MUM media source representing all the available videos in this machine or in the network that may be searched and sequenced for the playout. In this case, we are showing an integration with Double-Division Media Asset Manager version 2, but other MUM integrations will be similar. Now I can search for a video in the search bar and drag it to the timeline like this. After added to the rundown, if that video is not present on this machine, it will trigger a transfer request that will turn in and get fulfilled by the Double-Division Media agent that lives on each machine of the network machines, including the one we are on. This will get activated automatically by a continuously running media checker, as you can see by the spinning widget in the rundown. As soon as it reaches the video clip, it finds that it is not available locally and asks to the MUM for a transfer request to this location. We can see the system go through the various request stages and progress of the transfer before becoming ready from on air. As you can see, this process is completely automated, and so the user doesn't have to worry about anything to have the content played out. This also applies to verification of file formats and other inconsistencies, which in this case produce errors that must be manually dealt with. We will show you how Studio CG works in a newsroom environment by integrating with the existing newsroom control systems, or NRCS. NRCS provides journalists with tools to organize and create content for a newscast or other program. In this session, we'll focus on Avida News, but Studio CG is fully MOS compliant also with Avid Media Central, NPS or SNews. After installing Double-Division Studio Reporter, journalists can see this plugin and list all the graphics prepared in Studio CG and all available videos in Double-Division Media Manager, and can easily drag them to their rundown to complement their stories, like this. Journalists can mix text, graphics and videos in their stories. The same forms prepared on Studio will be available on this plugin. It is possible to preview the graphic exactly as it goes on air. Videos can also be previewed with the lowest res version. To increase this automation in this step, we can grab one or more graphics to the video and select the time in and the time out from each one. After publishing their rundown, the operators will receive the content. Now I just need to save the rundown, and automatically I have the rundown here in Studio CG. Now this show structure is identical to what you have in the newsroom system. It can be iNews, NPS or any other. With just one click, we can take on air graphics or play videos selected by the journalists. The journalists grab graphics to the videos, the operator just needs to play the video and the graphics will be fired automatically, as you can see now. All the last minute's updates made in a rundown will be automatically reflected in Studio CG. Like you can see, I can drag a graphic to another story, and another one to other story, and if I save, the data are automatically updated in Studio CG. Coming back to graphics, now let's see a more complex graphic like standings. We will need a data form to fill our classification data. Because it's the first time we are using this template, Studio will automatically look at all the exported variables from the template, which we call tags, and try to create a form that is pre-organized based on the tag names. So we immediately see two sections in this form. There are 4 fields on the top and then this tabular-looking section below. This was created automatically based on the fact that these tags have a similar structure and have numeric suffix in their name. Automatically generated form, this looks almost complete, but we will note that it still needs some more work. Let's edit the form and tweak a little bit. These form changes will be automatically reflected in all systems like StudioCG, as in iNews plugin or NLE application that we will see next. Another important feature in the Double Vision application is the ability to run script. This allows to extend StudioCG features, controlling your peripherals or importing external data. I already prepared another standings graphic which is used in the French project. The project imports data from stats feed. I came here, I drag the graphic, select my output. So the users just need to select the league, the season, and the data will be automatically filled. Also, this important feature is applied to iNews and NLE system, saving time to journalists creating their rundowns. Now we will show you how StudioCG integrates with your nonlinear editor workflow. Currently available for Adobe Premiere, Avid Media Composer and others, our NLE Studio Editor gives you access to your on-air graphics library and lets you apply graphics onto videos clips. For example, editors can connect to the server, choose and fill in the template they want to be automatically generated an animation template. All of this in real time. This NLE plugin supports complex animation sequence using Intelliflow and NLE editor. You may define each animation duration for an incredible control of the output. With NLE plugin, we can also import sports data like leagues tables and rankings, as you can see next. So let me choose the graphic. Here, drag it. Press header. I can fill my data. Here, my studio demo. And then I can start rendering. I can also preview my data in the small image here. So now the sequence is prepared and I can drag it to my video. So if I play here and have, so now I can burn my graphic. As you can see, I can select the graphic and select my initial parameters. Come here, I had, remove the other one, I don't need it now. I can set my duration from the animation and now I will fill the initial parameters. I can preview it here before rendering, and now I will start rendering. The editor saves time filling all the data because we are using the same mechanism to import data like StudioCG. Now the animation is completed and I can drag it to my project. And as you can see, now I can burn my video with animation and all the content that is automatically filled. StudioCG also provides the ability to be controlled in any mobile device or tablet. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you.